My name is Kenny Ajibade. I'm a relationship coach, counselor, and consultant. I will be talking about the benefits of marriage to a fulfilled life. Man was created not to do life alone. Man was created to live in a relationship, to exist meaningfully in a network of relationship. And that's why today we say that our network is our net worth. And marriage is the greatest of the relationship that man can have. In fact, when the rule of marriage says, for this purpose shall a man leave his father and his mother, and his parents are the highest level of relationship that a person can have. But in marriage, it is said that man has to leave his father and mother, that is, reprioritize his order of relationship and put the marriage relationship above the parental relationship. And that tells us that marriage is pivotal to our success. Researchers have shown that 64% of the quality of your life is attached to the choice of a marriage partner. That shows that no other relationship is able to influence our life as much as a marriage relationship. When we look at the purpose of marriage, you will realize that marriage is one of those greatest relationships that we can enjoy in life. Marriage is for companionship, the highest level of friendship. Marriage is for contribution. Through marriage, you have that unreserved privilege for somebody to make an input into your life for an output that you cannot achieve by yourself. When you're married, you have that privilege of having somebody make an input into your life that you could not have without marriage. And that input helps you to attain a level of output or achievement that you can't achieve by yourself. And that's why the essence of marriage is contribution. Through marriage, we contribute to each other's destiny, we contribute to each other's purpose, we contribute to each other's progress. So marriage is one of those pivotal relationships that we must have in life. If you get it right, it has that ability to influence your life in a way that nothing else can influence your life. There is no relationship that equals or parallel the marriage relationship in all the relationship a man or a woman can ever have. And that's why the marriage relationship is a pivotal relationship. The first thing that God saw, in man, after he had created him and said, look, man was wonderful created, was the fact that it was not good for man to be alone. Man was not designed to do life without companionship, without vital friendship, without somebody to walk along the journey of life with him. And these are the great benefits that make marriage one of the root of fulfillment in life. Having a great marital life contributes to your fulfillment because you have somebody who brings something to the table that you can't bring there by yourself. You have somebody who walks alongside with you. You never have to travel the road of life alone. You have companionship, you have contribution. Marriage gives you the opportunity to also receive care from someone else who is concerned for your life, who cares about your well-being, your welfare, your progress. And these are great contribution to our fulfillment in life. So definitely marriage contributes greatly to your fulfillment in life. When we look at the possibility of not having a fulfilled life because you are not married, we have to look critically at what is the impact of marriage upon somebody's life. What do you get in marriage that you don't get without marriage? Well, life is about purpose. Life is about achievement. Life is about pursuit. And when you look at this, where does marriage comes in? Somebody can achieve a great deal, a lot without being married. There are people who never got married and who are great achievers. We have quite a number of them. But going forward, when you look at what does marriage bring to the table that you don't get when you are not married, just like I said, when you are married, you have somebody who has a primary concern for your life, who is dedicated to you, who is committed to you, who in the day of your challenges is there by your side. And you don't get that. You don't get there. You see, marriage is a relationship of commitment, not convenience. Every other relationship, somebody can walk away from you if it's no longer convenient. But in marriage, the person stays with you through the thick, through the thin, through the rain, through the storm. And that is one of the greatest privileges that you have in life, to have somebody stand there with you, to be your cheerleader, to encourage you, and somebody to also bring something to the table that you cannot bring by yourself because of their commitment to you. In fact, I will say this, that one of the greatest things you enjoy through marriage is that commitment from someone else who literally put their life, at risk for you because they love you, because they care about you. And that itself, it's a great input. There are people who achieve a great deal in life by themselves, but suddenly they hit a rock somewhere and they didn't have anybody to encourage them, and that was it for them. That ended it. But there were some other people who faced much more terrible challenges, but because they have a companion, they have a friend who was there to weather the storm with them, they are still alive today and they are still thriving today. And that is what you get in marriage, which you don't get if you are not married. So it's not like somebody won't get fulfillment, but it's just that being married actually brings much more to your life than when you are not married. One of the common mistakes that I have seen people made when it comes to the issue of marriage or the decision of marriage is the mistake of thinking, or the might of thinking, that love is enough. If we love each other, then every other thing will be all right. But I differ in that, because I've seen people who thought, look, if we just have chemistry, if we're attracted to each other, if we're just in love with each other, we can navigate anything. We can weather any storm. And I've seen such people in marriage end up in challenges that they didn't expect they would face, and they wake up one day to find out that all their feelings are gone, all the attraction they had for each other is gone, because they were not prepared for the challenges they faced in marriage. And that's why I tell people today that, look, love is great. Yeah, chemistry in particular, when people define love, they mean chemistry, they mean attraction, they mean that feeling, enthusiasm, excitement that you have for each other, that makes you want to see each other, want to spend hours with each other. I said, that is great. That is a part of the equation, but it's not everything. I am one of those people that say that, listen, if you are considering a successful marriage, which is a lifetime together, you need to look at some critical factors that helps the two of you to live together successfully. I have always told people that, listen to me, I like you is one thing, but can I love you? Because it's not everything you like, it's not everybody you like that you can love. Because I can like your face, but do I love your personality? Do I love your life, your approach? Then, beyond love, I said the next critical question that we want to consider is, I love you, but can we live together successfully? Because loving each other is one thing. Living together successfully is another thing. Do we have what it takes to live together? And that's why when we think of living together, we think beyond chemistry. Then we think of character. Is your character habitable? Is our personality compatible? Can we live together successfully? Character. Is the character of this person such that I can live with successfully? Then I also said another critical thing that we must consider is capacity. Capacity. Marriage is responsibility. And whenever we talk about responsibility, we must examine the capacities to bear the responsibility. Marriage is multidimensional in our responsibility. And so we also must think of multidimensional capacity. When you think of marrying successfully, you got to think of the different capacity that is required to sustain such a relationship for a lifetime. You got to think of financial capacity, because we live in a world that runs on financial economy. How are we going to succeed? I tell people that love doesn't pay the bill. Feelings doesn't pay your bill. Feelings doesn't put food on the table. You got to develop financial capacity that is going to put food on your table. We got to think of emotional capacity. Some people don't have emotional capacity for marriage. They don't have a good self-esteem. They don't have a good self-worth. They feel threatened by anybody that talks to their partner, anybody that smiles at their partner. They become controlling. They become domineering. And so the person that is going to a lifetime relationship with you, does this person have the emotional capacity to sustain that relationship? Then what about social capacity? Because we relate in a network. Whoever your partner is have to relate with your parents, have to relate with your friends. Do they have that social capacity to relate across different boundaries of life, to relate with people who are higher than them, to relate with people who are on their level, to relate with people who are beneath them? We need social capacity to be able to sustain, a relationship, because we are not alone. We don't do life alone. We do life in a network. Then beyond that, I have talked about financial capacity, emotional capacity. I've talked about social capacity. What about moral capacity? We also need moral capacity. We need that ability to be able to discipline our desire. Because a lot of people today have wrecked their relationship because they lack moral capacity. They lack that moral capacity. They lack that ability to hold back themselves, to discipline themselves. So if we're talking about a successful union, love is not enough. Chemistry alone is not enough. You must think of character. You must think of capacity. You must think of conviction. Conviction. That confidence that this is the best person ever for me is one of the things that will carry you through the storms of life. When life hits you with a bad weather, the conviction that, listen, we are meant for each other is what will keep you through that storm. So you need to be sure that this person is convinced I am the best person that ever happened to them. I am the best choice that they will ever make. So you watch out for conviction. And I believe that, listen to me, you stand a chance of having a more successful marriage if you consider this other factor. Not just love. Yes, we need love. We need chemistry. We need to be attracted to each other. But beyond this, consider character. Consider conviction. Consider capacity. And you will have a great union. Thank you.